Hello everyone and welcome to The Negative. So in this video we're going to be talking about the Mamiya C330, and one of the cool things about these cameras is they have interchangeable focusing screens, which helps out a lot. So when I had bought this camera, it came with a type S focusing screen, it's a type C. And you can see the little picture there. It's the one with the microprism center. So if you've never used one of those, it's like when you're looking through the focusing screen, the out of focus area is like these little crystals, and then as you come into focus, they turn into a clear image. So it's a really good focusing aid, and in most cases it helps out focusing really well. The only downside is that if the lighting is too harsh, if it comes at a certain angle, it kind of like blacks out the microprism part. So there's some cases where it makes it a little bit harder to focus because it's kind of light dependent. So when I first bought this camera, I bought a 65mm wide lens to go with it. But with that focusing screen, it blacks out unless the lens is a 2.8. And the wide angle lens is I think 3.7. It isn't bright enough to light up the focusing screen, so it basically makes the lens not usable. If you do find the focusing screens, which they are pretty hard to find, and they usually are only in Japan, so usually if you look them up on eBay or something, they're gonna probably come from Japan, and they're pretty expensive. Like, came with the C, and then I bought the split image one, which is usually pretty common in SLRs. You'll see that a lot. It's a good focusing screen. It doesn't black out depending on the lighting. It's always pretty consistent, and due to that split image, it makes it really easy to focus. And then I also got this one, which is just the matte center. There's no real focusing aid in it. I probably won't really use this one, but since they're hard to find, I bought it for the heck of it. So I have that. And that one also has parallax correction for the wide angle lens, so I thought that was kind of cool. So back to the focusing screens. Changing the focusing screens on the S is really simple. I'll demonstrate how to do that. The F and the S have interchangeable focusing screens. The way they change screens is a little bit different. Like this one, you just pop up the little holder, take the screen out, swap in the new one. Super simple. I believe on the F, you have to like unscrew the holder thing that's in there and then swap it out. And the focusing screen is not just like a little drop-in thing. It's like this whole piece. So it's a little bit more difficult. And so this is the 65mm lens. I've had it for a while, but I wasn't able to use it because I only had that one focusing screen. And since they were so hard to find, I kind of gave up because I would look on eBay, was never really able to find one. So I kind of just had that 65mm lens sitting on the shelf. But since I got the new focusing screens, like these I just got last week, the other two. So I have the split image finder screen on there now to go with the 65. And since I've never really shot this lens before, I'm curious to try it out. I'll do a test roll and I'll post that up. But I just wanted to talk about the lenses and show you guys how to change the focusing screen. All right, so the way that you change the focusing screen is super simple. So this is the waist level viewfinder, and you're gonna unscrew this single screw in the back. Pop this off. And there is an arrow right here, a button with an arrow. So you press that and the screen pops up, and all you do is these are super delicate, so I don't really want to touch it, but you'll pop that out. See, it just sets in there. You'll pop that out, swap in the new one, and then when you're good to go, just press that down. And this is exposed, so dust is gonna land on it when you don't have the hood on there. So I always just hit it with the little rocket duster. And then you just put the hood back on. And it's really easy. So that was one of the reasons why I liked the S more than the F for the Mamiya C330. On the F, it's a little bit more complicated. You have to unscrew something to get it out. And that's pretty much it. So if you have the 65mm lens, you'll need a focusing screen that doesn't have the microprism, because this lens isn't bright enough to illuminate that focusing screen, and the microprism will black out. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it on here. Probably not. So I have the split image screen. You can kind of see difference there. So now I'm able to focus the 65mm without any issues.